Boom. What is going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Wait, no. Fucked it up already. Jesus. It is Sunday. I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. But I can see some of my I can see some people in the backstage area just shaking their head. I can assure you guys it's water today, no tequila, no Corona. But yeah, happy Sunday. You guys know what it is. It is New Comic Book Day, news and spec. So yeah, it's going to be a fun show. I am sadly only going to be with one of my guys today. So I am only joined by Mr. Well, I'll hold it. I'll wait. But yeah, we had some technical difficulties with one of our members, one of our guys. So it's just going to be two of us today. Cue the Will Smith music. Just the two of us. But anyway, we're going to bring him in. It is the 5-time champ. That means he's been holding it down for 10 weeks. 10 weeks, okay, on Tony Sanders' channel. He is the 5-time champ. Mr. Blue Pill himself. He is Mr. Hypercom. What's up, man?
Yo, you said the people in backstage. I'm the only people in that backstage right now. Like, are you seeing ghosts or something?
No, I didn't want to give it away on who was joining me, man. So I was
like, is there anyone else that's joining me right now that I'm not aware of?
I was trying to keep it a secret. I was trying to, hold it down like that. But yeah, so it's just you and I.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have a fun show anyway. I mean, Face is in the chat, so I'm sure
he's apparently at work, but I guess the men's stall is occupied.
So yeah, and of course, Mr. Key Issues is not joining us, but yeah, we got a good show regardless. I mean, you guys know if you guys are new, New Comic Book Day, which is light this week, I will say. After last week's like big,
thank goodness,
yeah. It is a light day. Then we got some comic news, newbie spec of the week, and then we will get ready to talk about our show on Tuesday. Another special guest is going to be joining us, so yeah, it's going to be fun. Before we start the show, as always, guys, I got a few friends that I want to talk about, so we're going to be talking about them. So we got Big B Comics. They got 3 stores, one in Niagara, one in Hamilton, one in Barrie. I rep the one in Niagara and occasionally go to the one in Hamilton. Hyper's bought from them. I know a few people who follow the show and watch us. You guys buy from these guys because they tell me all the time. So if you buy from them rather, then you know how good these guys are. So make sure you guys go tune in to Big B Comics. Next up, we got Jay at Bleecker Street Comics. Go check out bleekerstreetcomics.com. $10 a press, $5 a book. He's got a website. If you use code word NewbieComics #1, you get 10% off. Like I said, he's got 2,000 to 3,000 books ready to go. So make sure you guys go check them out. Tell him Newbie sent you. And we got Shape Stay Creative. Ask my friend Deke or Derek, as most people call him, at that address right there. If you need a logo, intro, whatever the case may be, he's got it going on. So check that out. And finally, Mutant Beaver Comics. Use code word Newbie10, get 10% off. They've got a lot of comics. They ship anywhere. They ship to Canada, US on a daily basis. So, if you're in the States, don't worry about it. They ship there. If you're anywhere, Jupiter, Xandar, Section, whatever, Earth 616, whatever, they ship it. So check them out. All right. So let's get the show going. I'm kind of pumped. I'm kind of ready. I'm not sure why I'm like pumped, to be honest with you, because again, it is a slow week. So nothing really like I shouldn't say nothing special, but nothing really crazy. But yeah, actually, Hyper, before we go, let's go to the chat real quickly before we get started, before it gets like crazy, and we're a little behind. So say hello to the chat real quick.
Yeah, so the Mad Respect first in the chat. Welcome. Reynolds Comics from your area. What's up? FaceTime, I don't know how long he'll be hanging in the chat, but he's here. Yeah, sure. Hi. Comic Dude, what's up from Ottawa? Ethan Fry, welcome. Who else? Tim Wood, what's up? Tim Wood, is that his new handle?
I think it could be, yeah. I think so.
Okay, because he said Dynamite, so that threw me off a bit.
Yeah, I think he changed it, yeah.
Okay, Swaggle House is in the house. If you haven't checked, Newbie was actually on Swaggle House's show last Thursday, right?
Yeah, last Thursday.
Yeah,
Last Thursday.
last Thursday, and Newbie was on the hot seat, so it was a fun episode. So definitely check that. Oh, just check Swaggle House's channel in general.
Yeah, in general.
Mojo Quid, what is up? Chef R.D. Harris posts a lot of good food pics on his IG. Captain Comics, what's up from the Tony Sanders show? We have RP, what's up? And what Spider likes from Down Under. And my YouTube road buddy Dan Delatorre. It seems like he's in every chat that I'm in. So yeah, we feel like we're like traveling YouTube buddies at this point. And David Mason, what is up, sir? And also, what's up?
No, just this comment from
Some
David Mason. I think that's normal, isn't it? $3.99 is $5.20.
Yeah, with the exchange rate, it's about
30 cents on the dollar for exchange rate.
Although there are some shops that I know some of my shops charge just US cover price. So they actually just charge, like if it's a $4 US price, they'll just charge me $4 Canadian plus tax.
Interesting.
So yeah. And Joff Castro, welcome.
What's going on? This is a cameo appearance of Tim. Yeah. Good evening, Guy. 1/3 of the Pressable Defects. What's going on, guys? If you guys haven't checked out Pressable Defects, make sure you guys go do so. They should have their next video up tomorrow for new comic book. Is it tomorrow? No, it's Tuesday.
Tuesday.
So make sure you guys go check them out. Just Cruise. Hey, what's going on? Hey, actually, funny story. So, and I don't. Oh shoot! I hope eBay's not listening. So, Just Cruise actually bought a book off me. Ended up finding out that he was actually super close to me, and and just before we met, he's like, "Yo, are you Newbie Comics?" Like he sent me the picture, and I was like, "Oh shit, the CIA's got me." And he's like, "Man, I didn't mean to, I didn't want to scare you, but you just look familiar." So big shout outs to him. He watches the show. He's got his own thing too. So Just Cruise. So make sure you guys go support, go check him out. He's a big comic collector, and I told him, once shops actually open, that I'll be giving him a shout, and just going hunting for some books. So made a friend out of it. So that's what the community is all about. So welcome, brother. Marvel,
what's up?
Nikita. Okay, dropping on Mondays. Okay, so now dropping on Mondays. Okay, well, Mondays, new comic book day. So make sure you guys go check them out. All right, let's get on to it. If you're new to the show, if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys go support everyone in the chat. Go support my man Hyper, Face, Mr. Key Issues. Links and descriptions are in the description. But yeah, it's gonna be, I think personally, a very light week. Like I said, last week with Something That's Killing the Children coming out, that was massive. I think all of us, myself, Keys, you, Hyper, or Face rather, we all were able to get, the 1 in 25, 1 in 50. Some of us were able to get the 1 per store. That was pretty big.
That was the big one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the big one from last week. But now we're finishing May, and again, I think June might be a little bit heavier from what I'm hearing from a few people. Looking ahead, I know Face usually dabs into the new comic book stuff, and he said, it's probably going to be a big month. So, fingers crossed. But I think it's going to be a slow week this week, which is okay. It's perfectly fine.
It balances out.
Yeah. We're going to do new comic book day first, guys, comic news, and then we're going to finish it off with Newbie Spec of the Week. And like I said, special guest on Tuesday's show. So we will, touch on that. And without further ado, I'm done talking about any other stuff. Let's get to the meat of the sandwich here. So let's start off with Image Comics. First up, we've got, let's talk about Bliss real quick. So Bliss, finishing off. I got to be honest with you, I don't remember talking about this book ever, but there are.
I think you've been saying that for every issue.
Yeah, I think so. That could be it. So maybe I do know what I'm talking about. But we got the end of the story, so we don't really have to worry about this one moving forward. I also haven't heard a lot of people talk about this, so that might be one of those reasons why. When people don't really post it, or people aren't talking about it, I usually just think it's kind of under the rug. But I don't think any of us have been on it. I think this is the one that like Face wasn't even on. So,
and Face is on everything. I don't mean that way.
Okay, well,
that's not what I meant. I meant on comics. He's on it.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say, man, you're throwing my guy under the bus here.
He's usually on every comic. That's what I meant to say.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
All right, we got Deep Beyond number 5. Almost getting to that halfway point. What happens in the halfway points and stuff. Things get a little climactic. So I haven't been on this series. I haven't been on the run. I haven't bought any of them, but I do know that a few people are on it. A few people are buying it. So anything you can say for this issue, Hype?
No, unfortunately, I can't really contribute much to this. I just know that people that have been reading it have enjoyed it. But yeah, unfortunately, I'm not on this one either.
Dave is saying the guy on the Bliss. The Bliss.
Oh, okay, all right.
So, LCS, what's going on, man? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, man. Yeah. There's an interesting thing going on with this issue right here. But we got Firepower number 12. This is the end of the arc, but we also got like 20 covers, it seems, for this issue.
Yeah, which is kind of odd because Firepower is actually one of those few series that actually doesn't usually have a variant cover when it comes to, unless you count like they had one I remember for that Asian Pride Month or something that they were doing. But more often than not, they usually don't have a variant cover, so it's kind of you go from no variant cover to like a whack ton of variant covers for this issue. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be like you said, it's the end of the story arc, and it should have a pivotal moment in this series. I am picking up I think at least I'm going to pick up cover A because that's just to be consistent. I'm picking up the Lotte cover because that one I actually like the most.
Which one is that one?
Keep scrolling. Okay, so it's the first that first one. I'm pointing like you can see it. It's the first one right there, all the way to the left.
I can't see you pointing.
All the way to the left. All the way to the left. Yeah.
So this one.
Yeah.
Okay. No, because you were like, "Oh, I'm pointing." I'm like,
I know.
And something that yeah. So there could be a secret foil again. Just be on the lookout for, because what are the odds that they're doing so many of them? So if you haven't already checked in with your shops and you're really on this, you really want to get on it, and you want something like that, make sure you guys go call your shops for that secret foil and everything like that, because they might not even know that they're getting it. So that's always like a good thing. Remember, issue 1 had that gold one. You're like myself. I know Face has it. I know Keys has it. We all have like the cover A, the freebie, and that gold one. It's just a really nice set to have. So, I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have this one, especially if you're looking at it from like, say, an investment point later on, and you do have that, that gold one and everything like that. You never know how these things play out later on, but definitely, usually when there's a secret variant or there's like a one per store, those are usually the winners. So definitely make sure that if you haven't, go call them. If my guys here in Southern Ontario are here, I have not called Big B Comics. So, I took the one per store last week. If you guys want, you guys can have this one. I didn't call them for this one, but if you guys want, call Big B. They might have it. So just be on for it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think most of the shops in my area are probably aware. Usually when these gold foils come up, they usually price it accordingly. So, and I'm not planning on spending $30-$40 on it. So I'll probably just, personally, unless my shop makes a mistake, which I don't think they will for the gold, I'm probably just going to stick with the regular covers.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it, but, who knows later on.
And there's some good artists on this, like even Rob Liefeld is actually doing a cover for Firepower, which I thought which kind of surprised me. So
yeah, probably no feet, but
well, it's actually funny because I think it went torso up. I don't think you actually see feet on that one.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about this series actually, I think last week, but we got Noctera number 2 third print, Noctera number 3 second print, as well as Noctera number 4 coming out. So I'll just show the second print or the third print for number 2. So we got that right there. This has been something that a few people have said is really good story. A lot of people are really on it. You know, I never like to like tell who's who, you know what I mean? Like I'll never, like if somebody messaged me something, I'll never be like, oh, so-and-so's got like 40 copies. But I do know of one gentleman who like has number 1, but he's got like 10, 12 copies of it. He really believes in it later on. So
that's faith.
Yeah. So
yeah, I've been reading this, and I've been enjoying this series. I mean, it's 3 issues in, and issue 4 is coming out this week. I've been enjoying this so far. I kind of find that the difference between this and Berserker is, I know that the knock on Berserker was that it's like a lot of action, but there's not much dialogue, so it was like a quick read. Whereas in this case, there's a ton of action, but there's a lot of dialogue also going on to set up the characters in the story. So that's why I find I like Noctera better as an action comic over Berserker at the moment. So
yeah, Noctera is very cool. Yeah, but again, I mean, even if you buy 10 copies, I mean, at cover price, if it does hit, let's say, right off the bat, like a graded copy, you're selling it for $60. I mean, if you sell 1 copy, you're already making your money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you have that much faith and things like that, you know, if you got 10 copies and you paid cover, I mean, that's a good day. But again, who knows, right? At this point, I think anything is spec, just the way it works. So, or anything could be anything, right? So, what's up, Empire? So yeah, so we got Noctera number 4. Another hot book that's coming out from Image. We got Shadecraft. Wow. I was thinking of my buddy Derek's company there. Sorry. So we got Shadecraft number 1, the 3rd printing. So obviously all those people that have number 1, I'm guessing everyone's going to be going to pick this one up. It's got a cool cover. It's not the greatest thing, but it's kind of cool.
It's actually the second print. They just kind of recolored it almost.
Oh,
the second print
has. I don't remember it. So
yeah, the second print has the same image. It's just this one has a different color to it.
And then we've got issue number 2, second printing. This. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say about this one.
I mean, it's cute and all, but yeah, I'll probably just, if anything, I'll just grab the 3rd printing of number 1.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be skipping on that. So yeah. And then I mean, we got The Walking Dead. It's still rolling. It's still going. People like Face are buying it, so obviously they're still putting things out. Again, me and Hyper aren't really the biggest Walking Dead fans, but they're out there.
Now, this one, okay, because chat, if someone in the chat can let me know, I know that someone was mentioning how the first appearance of Michonne is nearby. That might be an issue. I might just, even though, I mean, obviously these are reprints, if Michonne's, I don't know if it's this one or the next one, but Michonne's first appearances should be coming up. So if that's the case, I might grab this one for that first appearance.
I have no idea what you're saying. So
Michonne is an integral part of the show. Currently, she's one of the few characters in the comics that's still on the show. That's actually survived. So.
Okay, all right. So that makes more sense then, because I was like, yeah, I have no idea what character you're talking about. This is usually Hyper's favorite part of the show. We talk Dark Horse comics. Hyper's a big fan of Dark Horse, so
only some of their gaming comics, but I don't think there's anything. Actually, well, there is one. Sorry, I do see Apex Legends. I never actually played Apex Legends, but I guess.
So number 1 right here. I've never played it either. I thought for sure you were going to be getting it. So.
Nah, I don't collect all game comics. Only the ones that I'm kind of like the properties I kind of am into. So since I haven't really played this is going to be probably a pass for me.
Yeah. It is what it is. I think one of the bigger ones from Dark Horse is probably the Jenny Zero issue number 2. Hopefully that they don't have like a recall.
That's a very unappealing cover. My gosh.
Yeah, it's not the greatest cover. I mean, if you got a foot fetish, this is probably the cover for you.
Really? Because I thought this would actually deter people if they had a foot.
Who knows, man? I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully there's no recall. Again, people were okay with the story. I mean, I didn't really hear too much about it, to be honest. Enough to make an opinion of it. I didn't read it either. So, and I didn't really chase the recall. I know a few people do. I just didn't. So yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. I'm passing. It's not something that I really want, especially with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like, I hope this doesn't end up becoming like a hot issue because I can't. I would hate to slap this to CGC.
Yeah.
Imagine if this is the issue that becomes like $1,000, and then you just see this. Like, people are now grabbing 9.8s of the feet issue now. And dude, this is literally Rob Liefeld's nightmare. If he was assigned to do this cover, he would shit in his pants right now if he had to do this cover.
Yeah. So yeah, it is what it is. Again, I haven't really heard too many things about Jenny Zero, but regardless, with that cover, it's a big pass for me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna go to IDW, where it is a very, very short week for them. I mean, we probably got enough time to talk about all of them, but we got Marvel Action Origins #2. That is actually the cover for it.
Seriously?
I'm pretty sure.
No. Wait, you're telling me that the coming soon is the cover for it? No. Really? No.
Usually Previews does something else with it, so I mean, I don't know why
I can't do that. But I don't know about yeah, I don't see the sense of having this as the cover.
I don't either. But I mean, remember those Venom ones and things like that. I mean, I could be totally wrong, but usually Previews has like image not available yellow. So
yeah. You're right.
I don't know if that's a thing or not. I mean, again, I'm probably gonna skip it regardless of what issue it was. But yeah, just something to be on the lookout for. I don't know. I could be wrong. Again, that happens from time to time. So. Empire, this is going to be the lightest week for this whole year. I will not argue that, my friend. I totally agree with you. We'll probably need to talk a lot in the comic news and the spec, because like I feel like we're just gonna fly by New Comic Book Day this week. So get that cover graded.
Which one? This one or the feet one?
This one's gonna be. Okay. I mean, if this is the cover, this is going to be a hard cover to get a 9.6, 9.8 in. I'll tell you that much.
You know what? It's funny because now that you mention it, you're right. Because normally when Previews doesn't have an image, you're right. It does just say Diamond Previews, that orange graphic. This one, the fact that it has Marvel Action right at the top. That's
what I mean. So
it just doesn't make sense. I'm not seeing the theme behind it, but okay, all right. I mean,
Matrix, man, nothing makes same. All right, before we get into Marvel, you guys know I like to skip to well, we'll do Boom first, and then we'll come up to Newbie's Dynamite Pick of the Week. But for Boom, we got a first issue alert. So we got Ballistic?
Basilisk.
All right. Cool.
Basilisk. You see, even I'm having a
Basilisk #1. I probably will be butchering that for a very long time. So yeah, I don't really know too much about it. 5 individuals bound by a cult. So you know that's got a lot of people's eyes going there right now. Reagan, one of the Chimera escaped, has been in hiding with her murderous eye bound, overcome with guilt, until now, when a victim from her past focuses her to hunt down the other 4 of her kind. Okay, so kind of cool. I don't really follow, but
I know some people might be getting. I don't know if people are getting horror fatigue at this point, because it seems like there have been a ton of horror, but it should be noted that Colin Bunn is the one writing this book, and he is known to bring out some bangers when it comes to horror titles. So for that reason, this might be something to keep an eye out for on New Comic Book Day, just to see how how this is reviewed.
So does this mean I'm gonna have to go pick up cover A? Is that what this means?
I I mean,
This is cover B right here.
yeah, it feels almost like the Noctera thing. You know when Noctera had that Boss Logic cover that looks similar to this.
Yeah.
But
Is there another? No, that's it. So
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know if there's any advanced reviews yet on this book. So that might be worth checking out just to see what people are saying about this book. But yeah,
Let me see
just
if there is, because people are saying there's a 1 in 25. I just want to see what it is.
most likely, yeah. Usually for these kind of boom number ones, yeah. That's actually an yeah, Raphael Albuquerque, yeah. He usually does pretty nice covers. So the 1 in 25, and I'm sure there's a one per store.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to go hunting for this one or chase this one. Again, guys in Southern Ontario, I did not call Big B for this. So if you're interested, maybe give them a shout. They might have it. But yeah, I might just go with just the cover A because I
just like the contrast.
I overlooked this one.
Mm-hmm. It's just I like the contrast between the gray and the aqua blue and all that. It looks nice.
So yeah, okay. So I mean, a lot of people in the chat are saying that could be the winner. That could be the big book of the week. We will find out. I won't touch on Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I have yet to meet anybody who is talking about that. No disrespect to Buffy the Vampire Slayer or anybody who watched or reads it, but you know, we don't really have much to say. So
yeah.
This one could be a little popular due to the fact that number 1 and number 2 were very successful. So we got number 2 of Magic the Gathering, second print. Hype, are you buying this? This is game. This got you all over it.
No, this is more of a card game than a game. But no, even though I used to play Magic back in high school, no, I'm not actually picking up the series because I kind of I've been off of Magic for over like close to 2 decades now. So yeah, it's probably a pass for me. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion on it, to be honest.
House on the Lake, that comes out this week?
No, that's next week.
Okay. All right, Hype, before we get into Marvel, because we've kind of, and before we go to
wait. There's just one more. Proctor Valley #1, the second print is also.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because I just got to give a shout out to Mr. Keys, because he actually was recommending that I read Proctor Valley Road. I did read it. I did catch up on the first 3 issues. It's an interesting read. It almost feels like an Are You Afraid of the Dark kind of vibe, like just a lot more mature.
Yeah.
So if, it's a cool story. It's self-contained. It's only 5 issues, so I'm digging it. So.
And it's a second print.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm sure it's out this week. Yeah, so Comic Criminal is also saying that. Yeah, that nice house on the lake. So it's probably in this section right here. So before we get into Dynamite's pick of the week, do you have any of these other books that you might hear?
Let's see. I think there's one called Moth. Moth coming up. That one right there.
Moths? You said moth.
Oh, moths in plural. Sorry. Yeah, because this will take place in the same universe as Resistance and Erratic, because AWA. Yeah, because AWA is kind of trying to build their own, I guess, superhero kind of universe. So it seems like a dope concept. I think this is a case where when she uses her powers, it actually reduces her years on Earth or something, or it kind of it risks her life, something like that.
Okay.
And then the cover looks really nice also.
She kind of looks like Jennifer Lawrence, or is that just me?
Somewhat.
I'm trying to find this house on the lake, but I'm not seeing it.
No, House on Lake is supposed to be a Boom title, isn't it?
Okay, so yeah, it's not out this year or this week then.
Yeah, see, the thing is, I thought it was out this week also, but oh no, you know why? I think that's DC. It's a Black Label. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
We'll be looking at that shortly, but before we do that, you guys know we have to do Dynamite's pick of the week, newbie style. So my pick this week was, where was it? Where'd it go? Oh, right here. Again,
this is what,
don't make a big deal about it, guys. But yeah, I just thought this was kind of cool. This is my newbies pick of the week. So Tim, sleep assured. I still haven't picked one that you like.
yeah, this is kind of a what the hell movie. This is
Oh, here we go again with Jennifer Lawrence. Hey, the way things are going, they seem to be reusing characters. So who knows, right? But this is my pick of the week for Dynamite. Again, just going on cover because I don't really collect these. I know Hype doesn't. So yeah. All right, let's go to Marvel before we head on over to DC. Alien #2 second print. I already know Face is picking this up. I have not been picking any of the aliens up, but I will say that's a dope cover. I like the red. A lot of them have been kind of just that black and that dark.
the Newbie. It seems like you're getting some pushback from your Dynamite pick of the week.
No. What the kind of whack ass pick? That's why it's Newbie's Dynamite pick of the week. It's mine. It's my pick, man. So yeah, Newbie TNA pick.
Remember, guys, this is Newbie's pick. None of his channel members endorse his picks. It's all on Newbie on this one.
Brought to you by Ford.
Yeah.
We're tough. Yeah, but getting back to Alien here because we're moving on. Because that Dynamite pick of the week, it gets a little crazy. But Face is saying it's a whack ass pick in regards to Alien second print.
Oh, my bad. I thought he was talking about Dynamite.
Yeah, I honestly thought that you were gonna like this cover. To be honest.
Yeah, I actually thought this cover was actually nice. Okay. Interesting, but yeah, I think I only picked up issue 1 of Alien, but I haven't picked up the other issues. I only picked up issue 1 because it was the first time I think Aliens was coming to the Marvel publication, so for that reason I picked it.
I'm getting it now, so Kamikaze, he's getting it now. No. Well, hey, sorry, man. I thought we just knew you a little bit better. All right. I don't want to talk too much about this.
I am so confused. Now Face is saying it's the whack pick on Dynamite. All right, whatever.
Holy crap, dude. Make up your mind, man.
Yeah, Nick.
So, right. I don't want to, talk too much about this. I will say this is a really cool cover. Chameleon, I think, is one of those villains that has always been underlooked, undervalued, which sucks. But we got Amazing Spider-Man 67, a book that's been dropped on my end since like 30, maybe 25, somewhere around there. I don't know. It's just, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to buy it just because it's a cool cover. I will say that. It's no Spider-Man 55. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, to be fair, like I said before, I have been hearing people warming up to the Spider-Man lately. They feel like the title has been getting better, but we know that character is right around the corner, Kindred, with the future solicitations. So for that reason, I'm not touching this with like a 10-foot pole.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty far. All right, we've got Carnage Black White.
The second print, right? Yeah.
So #2, second print. I mean, I'll be honest with
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say something different. So.
Oh, you didn't like it?
I'll let you have this. Yeah, it just doesn't really do anything for me.
It's a nice looking like symbiotic. It's a shark, right? From what I. Yeah, it's a shark. It's a shark that's sideways. Yeah.
I also think I just cracked my neck. Yeah. Okay, so it's a Carnage shark. Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a neat cover.
So we got a Carnage shark cover and a Jenny Zero foot cover coming out in the same week. Wow.
Yeah. I'm just not a fan of covers that are sideways because it's kind of like when you display them, you kind of have to like, yeah.
It's a pass.
Yeah, because these Carnage stories are more or less anthology. So I only picked up, I think, the Patrick Gleason one, the web variant, but that's it.
There's too many of these. Like Hellions 12's got one of those too. I don't. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the other covers. I'm just old school OG. I like just the north and south, not east to west. But.
Yeah.
We got Heroes Reborn #5 of 7. This is kind of finishing off quickly.
Yeah, well,
I
this is
feel
a
like we just talked about this, like the first appearances in the first issue. I feel like that was just something that we talked about not too long ago.
well, no, because this is a weekly issue. So you're actually gonna see 6 and 7 in consecutive weeks for this series.
Mm.
Yeah, but of course, this series also comes with a bunch of different one shots. I'm completely skipping this series altogether.
Yeah, so am I.
Uh,
Gonna fight the Venom Rex in a tornado. Oh god,
Sharknado.
please. Yeah, I've skipped all of them. I know people. I know some people have been going very heavy on these like reborn heroes, thinking that they're gonna be around for a while. I unfortunately, just like I said earlier, somebody messaged me about Noctera. I had somebody say, "Hey, man, I picked up like I think it was like 30 copies of Heroes Reborn."
What?
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Listen, I don't give these things away. I'm just telling you that there are people out there who do.
30 copies?
Well, there was like different covers.
Wait. Did
like, issue 1 came out.
they pay for 30 copies or did they steal 30 copies?
I don't know, man. They just took a picture. If the person's cool with it, I will send you a picture of it. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know what he had, but he was like very. I think there were. Now I don't think there's 30. I think maybe there was like 18 or 20, if that makes any difference. I mean, 20 covers, but like. Remember when people were talking about this, and I remember Mel V and Lucas, Drunken Chat, big shout out to you guys, when they were talking about this a few weeks prior. I remember Mel being like, nope. And, even Thorough was talking about it. Keep it thorough. Shout out to Thorough. They were talking about it before it came out. And yeah, same thing. Like, they were just like, man, this looks terrible. Like, what the fuck?
Now, I'm wondering if people are specking on this, hoping that this is one of those situations where, like a Spider-Gwen thing, where, at the time, I guess, I wasn't collecting comics back then, but apparently when Spider-Gwen was introduced, people thought that was a ridiculous concept, and then here we are now. So I'm wondering if that's the concept, that's the kind of mentality
I think people get excited when there's like something new, and then I think people get excited when they hear other people say the words many first appearances. I think it's easy to just, okay, here, take my money. I also will remind people, it was a slow week that week. There wasn't that much that came out because that was a big event or something for them. So remember, like when those books came out, like that was one of the like hottest things to get. Not to say it was hot, but like that's kind of what Marvel was kind of going for. If that makes sense. But yeah, I didn't grab any. You just heard Hyper say, I mean, we're both not on this. I don't own one issue of it. So.
Oh, and Chef R.D. Harris, I actually did grab the pack of trading cards because my shop actually had them free on the counter. So I just grabbed that. So,
Oh, Face did. So yeah. Anybody know if the regular cover Nice House on the Lake is going to do anything? So we're going to get to it as soon as we are done with Marvel. We'll go to DC, and that cover is there. So we'll talk about that. A lot of people have been talking about this cover for a while, so I'm excited. To see what it's got.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna pass all these.
30. Wow.
This is crazy, man. Okay, something that I know, some people are still on, but we got Immortal Hulk number 47. I'm not the biggest Hulk fan. You guys know how I am. So I'm going to give this one to Hype because I really have nothing to add on this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're close to the end. It seems, I think the plan is still to end this series at 50. I am a bit behind on this series. I have to do some catching up, although it is on my pro list.
I was going to say, you're full, so.
Yeah, it's just that, with everything else that I'm reading, like, this is one of those things that I kind of have to catch up on. But, yeah, listen, whether you love it or hate it, the series is going to end in a few issues anyway, so you might as well stick around if you came this far. So
yeah, you might as well.
And I know that last week, was it last week or the week before, that one shot from Immortal Hulk where it showed the first appearance of the Hulk in prehistoric times or something, that apparently was selling out all over the place because it was like a first appearance of the Hulk back in the prehistoric
age.
Yeah,
it was like the first Hulk 10,000 BC or something.
Yeah. That, I don't know if it's actually selling for recover, but I know that a lot of shops kind of had that. So.
I'm the wrong person to talk about that with. I don't know. I didn't like. I knew that was happening. But it didn't really make me like go out and like pick it up.
No, it's just a different version of Hulk. I mean, that's I just picked up one just because I'm following the story, but I'm not like I didn't stack that book or anything like that.
Not all first appearances need to be picked up. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Contrary to how some people, I've heard one person say how you should pretty much almost to be. They said almost like to be on the safe side. It's not a bad idea to pick up every first appearance that comes out. Yeah, that's a quick way to be broke if that's because look, because for every something is killing the children, there's like 20, 30 other titles that's not going to pan out if you're looking at it from a spec point of view.
There's 40 Ludocrats 1 out there for you.
Yeah. So I would, if you're buying first appearances just because you love the characters, and that's one thing. But if you're buying first appearances every new comic book week for the spec, you might want to tighten that a bit because if you haven't noticed, there's like hundreds of comics that comes out every week, and there's plenty of first appearances every week that you could sift in through.
So Iron Fist number 6, this is the end of the arc as well. They've been really nice covers. I will say a lot of people have been getting these just strictly for the covers. A lot of people have been saying that it's been a really good story so far. You guys know me. There's only one superhero with the name Iron following something. That's Iron Man. Iron Fist has never been something that I've read. I tried watching the show. It was terrible. Hopefully when they redo that, it gets a little bit better. But yeah, we got Iron Fist number 6 finishing up.
Yeah, this one, this series, I think, has people talking because it looks like I'm not reading it, but from what I understand, I believe Okoye is going to take up the mantle of the Iron Fist. I believe because that was kind of, and I think this is the issue. It looks like there's going to be a changing of the guard or something. So.
Speaking of Iron Man, we got Iron Man Annual number 1.
Yeah, this is actually part of the Infinity one-shots that's coming out.
So. I think no, I don't know. I don't want to take that. I think there's a first app. I can't remember. But regardless, nobody picks up Iron Man. So don't call your shops tomorrow morning. I'm sure if there is.
These ones, well, here's the thing though, Newbie. This one I actually might pick up. And on one particular cover, actually, I might pick up for. Not this one. There's a variant cover. That one right there. No, the gauntlet. You skipped it. The third one, yeah, that's the one. Because that actually, yeah, it is a gauntlet because it actually connects to 5 different covers because each cover has a different
right. Cover. Yes, yeah. And you are the connecting cover guy, so yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
So this is and apparently this will this might actually have a few first appearances because I know there's going to be a Captain America one annual. Yeah, and I forgot the other annuals that are coming, but they all tie into the same story.
And there is also a one-person store. Yeah, I don't know how many first appearances. I don't know what first appearance it is. I don't even know if I'm 100% correct, but I remember when I was doing some looking into this issue, I came across that there's a possibility of it. So I don't know. Again, Iron Man is not really heavily, sought after. So I'm sure you'll be able to find one if it heats up. But let's be real. When was the last time an Iron Man book actually caught heat? Been a while. Been a very long time.
Yeah, I can't remember one recently, to be honest. Yeah, you're right.
Even the last time that it should have gone up with Arno Stark is a book that it didn't really do so well. So.
And yeah, Face dropped in the chat that there should be 8 annuals because they do say that this issue there's like a story that's 1 of 8. So it looks like there will be 8 annuals.
Oh, okay, perfect. Well, now we know. All right, let's see here. We got to talk about Star Wars because Star Wars is hot. So we got Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 1 of 5. Again, I'm not really a fan of the covers with that white and red banner going at the top of them, but I said that at last week and the week prior to that as well.
Well, that's more for this current crossover series because the War of the Bounty Hunters, it's crossing over several titles, so I think that's the reason why you're seeing that banner. I think it's going to stay. It's going to be like that for this series as well as for Darth Vader and Star Wars, and I feel like I might be missing another series. And Dr. Aphra, I believe.
Lame. Yeah, so we got Star Wars Bounty Hunter #1. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 covers for that. It's a little much.
Yeah, something called the Trials of Loki.
Yeah, so I was gonna say, so we got the Trials, Loki, Marvel Tales #1. Now this, I think, comes at a good time. It's a $7.99 book. However,
it's a reprint.
Yeah. However, I could see a lot of people picking this up with the show coming, and you know how it kind of goes. Anything related, whether it be significant enough, or if it's just a cool cover, whatever the case may be, it usually heats up. This could see its day. Again, I'm not saying there's $100 book, $1,000 book, nothing like that. I'm just telling you that that's kind of how it works with like all these shows and the hype. So don't be surprised if this one gets a little bit of heat. I'm not saying it will, but you know, it's kind of how things go, right?
And this collects Loki 1 to 4 of 2010, which I believe was his first solo series, and I think those issues are still attainable. So even if you grab those issues individually, you're still good. So whether you want it in this form or if you want to hunt those other 4 issues, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, all right, we've got Way of X #1 second print.
Yeah. I kind of made a joke about like how it seems like we're getting like I was all in on the X-Men titles, but then it felt like there were certain concepts I just couldn't. It just didn't excite me. Like this, like X-Men find religion, X-Men the corporation side of X-Men. It's getting to the point that I've kind of cut down on my X titles, and at this point I'm just reading X-Men, X-Force, Hellions, and Marauders.
Yeah, I'm not reading any of them, so.
Yeah, but I mean, I know that this is we're kind of in the middle of the whole Hellfire Gala situation going on, so a lot of the storylines are paused at the moment. So it's almost like the same thing with Ten of Swords, where they kind of had to put a lot of storylines on hold for this gala.
Well, speaking of gala, we got X-Force 20 Gala.
Yeah.
You know, again, that's not something that I'm reading, not something that I'm picking up. So I don't know if you have any information on it, Hype. But.
Well, what I learned about these covers, and I learned this actually from Ultra, how the people dressed in black in the gala are the ones part of head of security. So you'll see there like Wolverine, Beast. So it's basically like the X-Force team, you know, Kid Omega. Because like everyone else is in their gala uniforms, but then the people in the suits are like part of the security force, I guess. So I thought that was a cool concept. I actually like the Wolverine cover, but that's on FLC, so you won't see it this week. Like it has Wolverine fighting Deadpool.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, we breezed through that. We're gonna get into DC, and again, if you're joining us, just hanging out, you know how we do New Comic Book Day, comic news, and then Newbie Spec of the Week. I see some questions about Face. So Bleeker's asking, why isn't Face on? Face had some technical difficulties.
I thought he had work.
We'll leave it at that. But yeah, he will be on Tuesday. Fingers crossed. So yeah. All right. Let's get on to DC and a book that you know, it seems like everybody's talking about and everybody wants to hear what our thoughts are. And I won't lie, I will be picking it up now because everybody just keeps talking about it.
Yeah. It is not a bad bet to pick Tinian. To pick Tinian books up.
Well, we'll see. So let's get started. Let's go into DC, my favorite. No, I'm just kidding.
DC's been actually good, putting out some good stuff lately, I will say.
It's okay. So first up, we've got Batman 109. That's pretty much it. Usually when we get to DC, I'm saying the cover, and then, you know, Face and you usually take off with it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, it's just listen, the whole Miracle Molly storyline and all that's going on, and Ghostmaker is back. So, yeah, I mean, what can I say? It's Tinian writing Batman, so I'm still picking this up. And I do like the variant cover for this one because it's done by Josh Middleton, and Josh Middleton, I know that he's done like Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and I believe he did some Catwoman. But I don't remember him doing a Batman cover in a while. So yeah, so I do dig this cover by Middleton.
It's okay. I wouldn't chase it. I probably wouldn't go after it.
It has that whole animated series vibe a bit, I find.
He looks fat to me. I don't know why. He just looks like a big Batman there. I don't know why.
That's just I don't know. I
He's
don't
big
see it,
bone.
but
We'll say that. He's big bone. So, yeah, I mean, it's all right. This is what a cover B or yeah, so $4.99
yeah,
price tag or
yeah,
$5.99. Sorry.
it's the card stock.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get into this one, yeah. So I just saw a comment. Empire. Yeah. I'm saying that there's a comic book that DC is releasing that a lot of people have been talking about. I wasn't referring to Batman 109. We're going to get to that book in a little bit. So camera adds 10 pounds. All right, we got Justice League 62 showing you that Justice League's got some teamwork there with all the hands in.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Those sound effects were all I got for this.
It's listen, it's a very Naomi centric storyline, I believe, currently with Justice League. So, and there's also a Justice League Dark storyline because that's what DC is doing nowadays, where it seems like along with the main story, they all attach another story, which is why you're seeing that $4.99 price tag. I'm not picking it up though, but yeah,
No.
just letting the people know that that's what's coming out.
Well, we got Batman, Catwoman number 5. Again, another story I'm not picking up. I'm not reading. But hey, I don't know. It's Batman, so
Yeah,
it.
this one I'm picking up for the sole reason that this is a continuation of Tom King's run that he was supposed to have ended with a few more issues when he was doing the regular Batman series, but he kind of got nixed because the sales weren't doing that great. And that's why Tinian's doing Batman right now. So I'm only picking this up just to get some finality from Tom King's run because I wasn't too impressed of how his run ended on Batman. So I'm kind of hoping that this, when it's all said and done, that this kind of wraps it up. But I don't know. We'll see.
Swamp Thing number 4.
And yeah, Tim, the B covers have been good on Batman, Catwoman because they've usually been Jim Lee covers, and I'm a fan of Jim Lee. So yeah, I agree.
See, I feel sometimes when we do these, when Face isn't here, Face is the Mr. Knowledge, Mr. Information when it comes to Comic Book Day. I know he takes this thing not very serious in a bad way, but he always has more information than myself, and he collects them, right? Like he reads, he's on the runs. So I do apologize for not having much information on the DC. I know usually when he's not here, it's basically just what me and Hyper say, and me and Hyper aren't really on a lot of the DC stuff. So when Face isn't here, you can tell that it might come off that I don't care or that we don't care about DC. It's not like that, guys. So I hope you guys understand that. No disrespect to anybody collecting the Swamp Thing or anything like that, but the information that we're given, it's not coming from the right place because we're not the biggest DC picker uppers or whatever. I don't know. I can't even think of the word, right? But
and yeah, Face. I'm not expecting. I'm hopeful there's a finality, but I'm not expecting it because it is Tom King writing. It seems like Tom King, when he writes mainland DC storylines, he has a hard time kind of hitting the mark. He's better with his niche characters like what's his Mr. Miracle, and Vision. So
yeah. All right. Suicide Squad number 4. Again, a cover that I'm not picking up, but it does have Mr. Red X there. Cool cover if you're kind of going on that whole Red X run, rabbit hole rather. This is probably one you're going to pick up just because of that cool ass cover. But outside of that, I mean, I'm probably not really a good idea, not a good idea, but a good decision for me to pick it up. I'm just not on Suicide Squad, and I'm trying to stop from getting those just random cover buys. So,
well, yeah, and this is a crossover between Teen Titans, because I can't remember how many issues this is gonna go on for, but it's basically you kind of have to pick up Teen Titans and Suicide Squad for the next few issues to kind of get the complete story of this arc.
Right. Yeah, you talked about that last week too. Actually, you had mentioned that, and you were like, "Yeah, there's no reason to do that." So
that's why you're seeing Red X on the cover right there.
Yeah. All right, we've got Sensational Wonder Woman #4. So if Lasso's in here, I know you're loving it. You're picking it up. Outside of that, I mean, I don't really think there's a lot of people picking up.
That's a nice cover, though. It's very vibrant.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I will say.
It's a very it pops.
Yeah, good colors. You know, it's got that. I don't know how to say it because I'm not an artist or anything like that. It's just got a certain way that it's done. I really like the art, the colors, everything like that. But again, trying to stay away from just these cover and things that I'm not really into, right? So if this becomes $1,000 book, one day I'll, you know, I can live with the fact I passed on it. So
I doubt it.
Yeah, no, but hey, you never know. All right, Batman Fortnite 0. #4 again. It's probably gonna have another code. Hype. I think you and Face are picking these up for those codes, but outside of that, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm not chasing these. I didn't chase #1. Damn sure not gonna pick up and chase #4.
Yeah, here's the thing. I've been resisting Fortnite for the longest time, and I think recently my friends kind of got me into playing Fortnite. Like, this is not a game I definitely wouldn't have played by myself, but it's just because I need people that are playing it. It's an all right time. Unless if you're playing with friends, I'll say that much. Yeah, so I'm picking up these books. I'm not paying nowhere near 20 or 25 bucks. I actually have these pre-orders, so at least I'm paying cover price for these. So yeah.
Well, that leaves just one more book to talk about, Hype. And this is probably the book that everyone's been talking about. Some people were confused about it last week, 2 weeks ago even, and even us earlier today, thinking that it didn't come out until we realized it was DC. But we finally understand what this is about. So The Nice House on the Lake, horror, Tinian, the #1. It's a cool cover. There is, 3, 6, 9, 12.
I think those are exclusives. Some of them, I think a lot of them are exclusives, though.
No, some of these are just variants, dude. Variant, Simmons, yeah. So.
I think the Simmons might be a variant, but the Jiang, I believe, is a store exclusive. Yeah.
I will say the cover A looks. I actually like that cover. Fuck, I might have to call and pick this up. Jesus.
I mean, I have a feeling this is one of those books that I'm sure shops will probably have a stack of, but I can also see this is a book where people might grab a couple of copies of on e-comic book day, kind of like Geiger. This might get the Geiger treatment where if you don't pick this up and if you're waiting and like to kind of walk into your shop, you might be left out in the cold. So maybe you might want to call your shop for this one. Because don't forget, this is James Tynion that's writing it, and everything he's touched lately has pretty much been on fire. So
how many copies should I grab, man? That's kind of, I think, what I need to know right now.
I mean, off the bat, I usually, my rule of thumb is I grab 2 copies, and if I like the story, I might circle back and grab another one if it's there. But usually, in this case, I would probably, like, personally, I grab 2. I'm not going to grab. I'm not going to grab
comparable. This is comparable to Department of Truth release in his opinion. Interesting.
I'm not a fan of the one in 25 though. I saw the one in 25. It could have been better, I found. I did, but I'll probably grab the variant for this one as well. Yeah, the Simmons variant.
I think the print run will be elevated due to Tinian and pre-orders.
That's true, but
But that's what we
But
said
I
about
mean,
something's killing the children. I mean,
and
it,
also keep in mind, Department of Truth also didn't have a low print run either. And you're seeing number one cover is already like a 9.8 is already close to a $200 book or over. So print runs, yeah, it could be possible, but don't always think that the print run is going to negate the value of the book.
It's true. It's true. So the nice house on the hill, we finally know what it is. Hopefully the joke of me thinking someone was stalking me when they brought it up is over. I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. Yeah.
How many? It's one of 12, I think. Because I think this is it's a mini series. I don't think it's an ongoing.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said 12.
12. Okay, so
yeah. So,
but you never know, because I've noticed that with Tinian's books, sometimes like something is killing the children, and Wind was supposed to be self-contained, and then they end up extending that to like something is killing children. Obviously, is an ongoing, and same with like Wind is now on its second arc. So who knows if this catches popularity, it get extended beyond 12. You never know.
Wind was, that was slept on so much. Like even when we talked about it in like the spec thing, like I think I picked like a great time to talk about it because literally like I talked about it that Sunday, the Wednesday came and like everybody was scrambling to get that cover A, which cover A is a ghost. Like you can find the Peach Momoko ones for Wind, but like that cover A is a ghost. There's not that many covers. There's not that many copies rather. And, again, it goes to show you before that announcement, I mean, a 9.8 Wind was like $80 cover A. Now I think you're looking in like the $300 range, something like that. So just kind of crazy how things go. But definitely if you see cover A, definitely pick it up. Don't be foolish. Pick it up. Still out there. But
it goes to show you though that sometimes you do have to kind of have patience, because I was one of the first people that picked up Wind day one. I actually picked up all the covers. I picked up A, B. I picked up the one per store and the Peach Momoko. And for the longest time, the Peach Momoko and the one per store, you couldn't sell them for more than $20. They're really undervalued. And now I think I saw one per store going for like, I don't know if this is a legit sale, but I did see it sell for 100. You never know with sometimes eBay price fixing and all that, but it seems like like you said, Wind is getting its day in the sun. So
face cover A in a 9.8 Canadian 300. So that's like 225 somewhere around there for US, but yeah, it's going for something pretty. And again, I mean, it was announced, right? So next step, when we get casting, when we get a little bit of information, boom, what happens? I think it's going to skyrocket even more. It is a boom property. Will it get to something that's killing the children numbers? Who knows? But
I'm not sure about that. But I mean, and also keep in mind there is a second and third print of number one. I know that second print I saw it sell for $60 also for number one. So the late printings also are doing well for Wind.
I don't know. I'm new to all of this, and I had a Macari seller offer me a pre-order deal of the cover A for around $30. I did it, and they're supposed to ship it soon. I guess that's good. Hey, that's good. Yeah.
I think 30 raw is kind of like what the market value is so far. I mean, I'm hoping that you get at least a crisp copy at least.
Yeah, but again, guys, remember, some of the prices too are eBay prices, and we all know eBay prices are so elevated. It's just a little crazy. I'm sure if you looked hard enough, even in IG or things like that, you could run into people who can't be, they can't afford to wait to unload it, for when it comes out, things like that. So you'll be surprised. Always use eBay as a last option.
And Magic Lasso.
Yeah, I waved already. I waved. So
I didn't wave.
All right, guys. That's New Comic Book Day, so you know what's next. Or I hope you know what's next.
Oh, he said he has 7 cover coming.
Whew, it's news time. And what happened? What? 7 copies?
No, because I think I don't know if he meant he wrote 7 cover A's for 30 each or $30 in total. If it's 30 in total,
Oh, 7 coming in for $30.
yeah, I hope you meant.
Wow, that's a
Yeah,
steal.
let me know if it's 30 in total or 30 each. If it's 30 in total, that's a steal for 7.
Yeah, and my birthday's coming up next month, so just saying, yeah, that's one that I skipped, and Face always gives me shit for not picking that one up. I've always try not to talk about it, but somehow we always find ourselves talking about it. So, all right, guys and ladies. So we are in our comic news segment. Not as much news as previous.
Did you see comic channels comment about your little?
I would love to see what? I would love to see Newbie drunk dancing in the club. I bet it's like the drunk uncle. Oh man, hey, I got some moves, man. I'm Latino, so I don't know if that says anything about me, but hey, whatever. But I will say I am a good time at weddings. So, all right. Comic news again. I don't think there's as much news as say last week, but never the case. There is news. We're going to talk about it. So, hope the popcorn's warm. Hope the Corona's going. Here we go. So, first up, Thor gets a new sporty look in Love and Thunder. There's a lot of photos released. This one was from 2 days ago, but even today they came out saying that he's got this new look. I remember Keep It Thorough. Again, big shout outs to Thorough. He was talking, I think about like 2 months ago, about like these new look things. And like, there are some comics associated with him having these new looks. I think one is like with like a vest, like
from like a Thunderstrike.
Yeah, that's it right there. And like kind of weird hair, not weird, but like just different hair and things like that. So again, is there money in those things? Probably some. I'm not gonna. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to make of it. But yeah, he's got a new look, so take that for whatever it is. This movie's probably going to be, in my opinion, really huge. This one, Guardians, I really think that's going to really kick off the cosmic stuff that we got going, and what everybody's wanting. So I'm going to be paying attention to this one. Anytime like there's any photos or anything like that comes out, I'm paying attention just solely for all that cosmic stuff and trying to connect the dots. So definitely something to be on the lookout for. But again, he's getting a new look. It made it to the news segment, so yeah, it's worthy of it.
Yeah, I mean, what's the release now on this movie?
I think this one is early next year. I could be completely wrong, but like I don't think that it comes out this year. Like just anything that's coming out. I think this is an early February or March release date.
Okay, all right. I'm the only thing I'm really curious about is Bale playing Gore. I just want to see how he's gonna look on screen.
He looks so skinny, man, and pale. Yeah, I don't.
And Christian Bale is one of those. He's definitely he trains for his roles in terms of like if you see him on The Machinist and all that stuff. May. All right, cool.
So I was off by a few. Not sure if the minor keys will do as well for movies as they have for the. Yeah, that's true, right? And that's something that we've talked about when we compare the shows and the movies. I think the shows have more height on those minor keys than say a movie, because it always keeps us guessing and things like that. Where a movie, I mean, it's kind of just boom, done. Yeah. So yeah, that's a good point, Swaggle Host. Yeah, absolutely. But you know how it is. People are still going to go after them. I know people that were going after those like Thunderstrike style. I forget which issues they were, but I remember watching Thoreau's show a few months ago when he was talking about it. So, again, another speculator with news, that breaks very early. So, if you haven't checked out Thorough, make sure you guys go do so. Great spec guy, great comic guy, great guy in general. So,
and now he's also doing his CBSI indie picks as well.
Yeah. All right. next piece of news is, well, this was interesting. Sony considered Brad Pitt, Keanu Reeves, and Washington. I can't remember who Washington was, but
Is it Denzel?
No, get out of here, man.
Well, you have all these A-list actors. I don't know which other Washington would you.
That's true. That's true. I mean, that's possible. But hey, they didn't go with any of these characters, which is very interesting. It's always funny because anytime we talk about a movie or a show, I always joke and say, "Oh, Keanu would be perfect, right? Keanu." That's what most people say. You know, Keanu would be perfect for this. I don't know how many roles in Marvel or DC Keanu's been up for because the community says, "Oh, he'd be great at this." But nevertheless, we got it happening. Well, we kind of had it happening because they did consider both Brad Pitt and Keanu Reeves. I got to be honest with you. I would not have guessed Brad Pitt as Craven. Just don't see.
No, I think he's. It's similar to. I don't want to compare it directly like Robert Pattinson and Batman, but I feel like Brad Pitt is one of. Actually, no, it's more like Ben Affleck with Batman. Put it that way. I feel like if Brad Pitt was cast, he probably would have kind of had to do some method actor or something to kind of morph into that role. Yeah, I actually wouldn't have had an issue with Brad Pitt being Craven.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Keanu, I kind of could see it, but I just don't see it fully. Man, I don't know how this is going to be taken. I kind of like the pick. I like, them going with the guy that played, what is his name? Aaron Taylor or whatever.
Yeah.
I kind of like that pick, to be honest with you, especially when you see him, what he looks like now, with the dark hair. He's got a little bit of curls. He's got the goatee, the mustache, and all that. So, like, I could see it. He's probably going to have to bulk up a little bit because he didn't really look that big in his Quicksilver role, where, like, Craven. I mean, he's basically got that like lion thing, and he's like, his chest is out, and he's pretty jacked, right? So, be interesting to see the transformation of that.
I mean, okay, I know that obviously this is not going to be an MCU movie. This is going to be more under the Sony universe. It's here we go again. We have another character that was in the Marvel universe that's now recast as another character in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. Well, I think it's interesting because there's another piece of information, or news rather, that kind of is interesting when you think about that. But, oh wait, this isn't it. Never mind. I messed it up. But, well, we'll get back to that, Hyper. But Spider-Man No Way Home reportedly introduces the Sinister Six. Now, a lot of people have been specking on this for many moons. This book has eluded me. I could never find it. When I did find it, I wasn't into or interested in buying it. Just one of those things. Again, I always have the heroes versus villains. It is a cool cover. It is an iconic cover. I think, in my opinion, Sinister Six, really big. But that thing is going to just spike. I will say, I was always on board with them bringing Sinister Six. I always thought, hey, you know what? They're going to do this. It's eventually going to happen, just with all the villains that they had set up in the Garfield and the Maguire stuff. And then for a bit there, like, there was, like, the last 2 years where I was like, I don't think they're going to do it. I think they're going to do the Miles Sinister Six. Like, I think they're going to just do that. And then, these reports come out. It does make sense. I mean, if we're following all the reports that have come out, right, with all the characters and actors and actresses that are going to be in this movie, with the multiverse, with the timelines, with all that, you put that all together, it's possible. It's just going to be a lot to take in, I think, right, with everything going on. I think there's just too much going on.
I mean, because I heard the same thing also about a possible multiverse version of the Sinister Six, where the way that it was broken down for me was like two villains from the Tobey Maguire verse, two heroes from the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man verse, and then two heroes from the I feel like I'm missing two. Oh no, sorry. It's 3 and 3. My bad. There's 3 heroes from Tobey Maguire's universe, and so basically they were thinking from Tobey Maguire to be William Dafoe as Green Goblin.
Yep.
Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman, and the third one is a Doc Ock. So that's from
Yeah, and then
Toby.
Garfield has Rhino,
Yeah.
Lizard,
And Electro.
Electro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so see, of the six, I have no issue with it except Rhino. He sticks out like because everyone else is like a badass villain, and then you just have one dude in a mech costume.
Okay, but here's the thing: the Rhino that we saw in that like robotic
Yeah,
is probably better than having this jack dude in like a Lululemon tight gray suit with like a fucking horn on it. That's just my opinion.
he was still a joke in the movie though.
Absolutely, but I would rather like I can take that guy in a robot more serious than a tight dude in Lululemon gray with a fucking horn on his head.
I'm sure there could have been some movie magic to make it look a bit more. I don't want to see real.
But even in the cartoon, man, like if you go back and watch that cartoon when Rhino's around, you're just like I even watching it now as an adult, I watch it, I'm like, how did this guy go out?
Okay, but Newbie, you're gonna soon have a hero and a villain coming into the Spider-Verse dressed in a safari outfit that's gonna run around New York City hunting Spider-Man. So, you know, it's some of these costumes. Obviously, when you look at them in comics, you wonder how they translate in live action. But it's almost like what they did with the X-Men, the Fox X-Men, where they kind of they decked everyone in that leather outfit.
Yeah.
None of them wore their comic uniforms, right? So I'm sure there's better ways than a giant mech suit that they could have done Rhino justice.
Man. Well, if you guys were paying attention, Dr. Lovebox says he bets that they do a Spider-Man No Way From Home trailer on Tuesday. Here's the thing. The last 2 weeks that we've done our shows on Sunday, we have talked very heavy on Eternals and Carnage. And the last 2 weeks, what's happened? That's come out, right? Like the next day, it's come out. So you know what? I hopefully am hopeful that that movie does come out. Again, the movie comes out in December. Last week, we got Eternals trailer, and Eternals comes out in November. We have zero implications of anything with Spider-Man. And again, it comes out in December, right? So you would think that we're going to get something soon. I don't know if they'll do it the first week of June. You know, usually they stick to like holidays. I hope you're right. I really do. I hope you're right, because that would just be crazy. It would probably just break the internet, of course, with so many characters. It'll probably be a better trailer or teaser than the Eternals one. But yeah, it's going to be interesting what they do, who they bring. Again, where there's smoke, there's fire. And it seems like we're finally going to get Sinister Six. I know it's an expensive book, but if you look at what the market's done, the history, the numbers in the last couple of months, even at the price point that Sinister Six book is at now, you could probably double or triple it if they even remotely give you something to indicate that Sinister Six is there. So we'll see. Oh, wait, you forgot. Tobey Maguire has Doc Ock, too.
Yeah, I said Doc Ock.
Oh, did you? Okay, I forgot. Okay. All right, maybe if I did this correctly.
And Marvel's right. Wait until Neighbor comes. I mean, he's gonna look like a Chippendale dancer that that swims.
So this is the one. So I just put my news kind of different, but hype. Going back to what we were talking about. So there is a plan for Spider-Man to connect to Sony Marvel's movies.
Okay.
Which would make it very interesting for Quicksilver, aka Kraven, to be brought into that universe if he does. Realistically, in my opinion, though, I think that they're mostly talking about Venom and Morbius, which down the road they could do. But we'll see.
Yeah, because you're the fact that we know that there's a Morbius solo movie coming out, and the Kraven movie is essentially going to be a solo movie, right? So it feels like all these movies, it's almost going to tie into a bigger universe, so to speak. Yeah, exactly. So, you know what? It seems like Sony's doing basically what Marvel has done right, where they build up these characters before kind of throwing them out there and to play with the other characters in the MCU or the Sonyverse, I guess you could say. So I do like this approach where they want to build up these characters first, because look, aside from us comic fans, some people might not really give two shits about Kraven or Morbius, and they might need a movie to kind of first build them up as characters, right? So
don't forget Venom.
No, but see, Venom, I feel he has a bit more of a mainstream appeal as opposed to, like, let's say Morbius, I find.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I mean, this is going to be a debate that a lot of people talk about, and it's a good one to have. But it's always something that comes up, right? Like, how are they going to connect, right? I remember saying that to, like, when Venom came out. You know, you hear people say it about Carnage. You hear now about the Craven thing. You know, so like, it's going to be interesting to see how it all plans out, how it works out. But you can't go wrong with them kind of joining forces and kind of making it all connect. So.
And Dan, trust me, I know that Rhino's actually a very interesting character in the comics. It's just I know that, you know, Sony kind of shit the bed when they did the whole Paul Giamatti Rhino. So yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Well, man, we're just flying through our show today, but
oh wow, yeah, that's actually
hey, no, but that's okay. That's okay, because we got enough time to talk about a few things, but we've come to one of my favorite segments. So yeah, let's get it going.
The clip?
Yeah, if it plays.
AKA No Good Comics, and this is the Newbie Spec of the Week.
It's your boy, Hip Hop's in me, _comics _collectible, and guess what? It's Newbie's Spec of the Week.
Doesn't matter. What does matter is that the tone says it's the Newbie Spec of the Week. Now, the tone just educated you.
Yo, Sith Lordly here with Spine Ticks, and this is Newbie Spec of the Week.
This is Anthony from Streetside Comics, and this is Newbie Spec of the Week.
What's up, guys? It's Dustin with Two Brothers Comics, and this is the Newbie Spec of the Week.
I like how when the video went up, like, you immediately proceeded to moon the audience.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I just went to go get the books because I've got some books. I just wanted to show. I didn't know I was mooning anybody. But yeah, so we got to the point where it is Newbie Spec of the Week. You know, this is the time where Sam usually gives us some prices on eBay. This is usually where a lot of you say, Newbie, you're costing me some money here. But again,
I didn't see Sam today, though. I don't think Sam is in the chat tonight.
No, I don't think so.
No.
So guys, I do want to take this time to say something very important. You know, Thorough says it, Pressable Defect says it, I say it. Anything I talk about on the spec, it's just my opinion. It says it in the fine print right there. I'm not telling anybody to go stack a book, buy a book, anything. Also know that nobody owns spec. So if you're in the chat, if you're watching, and you've talked about this book like 8 years ago, hey, good for you. I'm talking about it now, so that's probably where people are going to get it. But yeah, that's where it's at. Again, and I don't mean to be like this, but you know, the channel kind of had some comments made towards it where people were speculating that I was stealing stuff and information. I don't do anything of that. I'll be very frank with you guys. Thorough, Pressable Defects, Mel V, Ultra, Drunken Chat. Those are the guys I watch for spec. Those are the guys I talk about. So it is what it is. But I just want to let everybody know that if you feel that way, please, you know, you don't have to watch. It's all for fun. We're trying to have fun here. But again, this is just books that I'm in the process of watching and trying to educate a few people. So again, if you talked about this book many moons ago, hey, great. I'm talking about it now. So it is what it is. All right. So let's start Newbie's Spec of the Week. And there is a theme. There is a theme. So if you catch it, next time we do a giveaway, you might get an extra name or a hint at one of the questions. So just keep that in mind. But here we go. First book. We got Ironheart number 7. You guys can watch it there. I can watch it here. So right here. These books, I'll tell you guys right now, these books are mainly in 9.6, 9.8 condition. Why? Because nobody's really picking up Ironheart. A lot of these books aren't in any databases to let you know like what the significance are of these. But yeah, number 7, little interesting. So we got a character of the name Eclipse. This story arc is her. Ironheart goes to Chicago. I believe it's Chicago. I can't remember. It says right there. Yeah, Chicago. So she goes to Chicago with Wasp, and then there's like a bunch of zombies that are, whatever. Again, it's kind of cool, the whole zombie thing, yada, yada, yada. Here's the important thing is Eclipse is actually one of the members of 10 Rings. So when we start talking about like Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi, whatever the case may be, that's not a bad place to start looking. Again, I saw these books many moons ago when I was kind of picking them up, and I was, rummaging through my Iron Man and my Ironheart and my Riri, because you guys know I am a big Iron Man fan, so of course I would have these. But it just kind of all came to me thinking, okay, you know what? They got like the zombie thing, which is kind of cool. They got different characters in it. Not to say that Wasp or zombies are just going to be in it, but I can totally see this character Eclipse being something. Again, $1 to $5 Canadian, I think, is what it's selling for. Nobody really knows the name of Eclipse, like her real name. It's just Eclipse. So I don't know if they maybe touch on it a little bit later if this character shows up. But getting those members of the 10 Rings, especially with the Shang-Chi stuff, not a bad place to start. Again, it's a very cheap spec. It's a very cheap book in general. But you can find them in 9698 condition already. If you got a good presser like I do, shout outs to Bleecker. You can have them. But again, it's a book that's out there. You should be able to find them. So yeah, this one's probably a 9698. Not going to send it off to CGC, but it's in good condition. So if it does hit, it does hit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much to add to this other than the fact that you did mention that this is a member of the 10 Rings. So that already has piqued my interest because the 10 Rings seems like we kind of got them first hinted at back when Iron Man 1 came out, and now they're brought back again with the Shang-Chi movie. So
I always have to say double, eh? Like, do you find yourself saying this the double?
Yeah, look, because look, I've been saying Shang-Chi for the longest time, so obviously I'm trying to kind of be, because obviously this is a public show, I'm trying to be culturally, I guess, sensitive and say Shang-Chi, but
we're
old
both immigrants, man, so we're good.
Old habits are it's hard to die, So I'll probably, I mean, this is obviously a low risk buy, so I mean, this is probably something that if I find in the wild, I'll probably pick up.
Yeah. And guys, just so you guys know, Rock actually spec'd on this in 1986. So credit is
nice. He spec'd on this way before the issue came out. That's
yeah, this issue came out, I think, in like what?
That's like
2010. But hey, good for you, man. Hey, that's some good stuff. Hey,
that's like some Looper stuff right there, where like I guess the future self talked to the former self and told him about this.
Know, there is some people who are that good though. So,
all right.
So, well, guys, let's see if you guys can see where I'm going with my picks this week. And I will say, spoiler, next week's picks, because you guys know I always do my picks a week in advance. I'm pretty excited about next week's pick. So I'm just saying that. I don't know why I'm teasing you guys, but let's focus on this week's spec. All right. So next book. Again, another book that Newbie has in his hands. So this one's interesting because depending on the database that you use, wherever you guys get your information, like some people will have number 10, some people will have number 11. There's not too much said about number 11, so a lot of people go to 10. But again, it is a cheap book. You're talking about a $1 to $3 book. And I think that this one has more legs than number 7. And it's cheaper. So take that for what you will. It is kind of a cool cover. Here's the thing, if you guys don't know. So Demetrius Williams, a.k.a. Doom, that's what Riri Williams' father is called. He faked his own death, and she actually meets him like later on. He is a member of the 10 Rings. No CGC copies, but again, this one is a 9698. Like right off the bat, I can tell you guys right now, this is a 9698 all day. I'm assuming a lot of them will be because let's face it, a lot of people look in the Ironheart section. Like outside of Invincible Iron Man, like the variants, and like, you know, 1, 3, 7, and 9. I mean, there's not really people paying attention to it. So yeah, definitely a book that if you see it, it could be something. Again, with the 10 rings, the fact that it's Riri's dad, I think it's got a few things. But it's going to be interesting to see what members of the 10 rings, if we see any at all, we get with Shang-Chi. I know everybody's kind of putting those eggs in that basket in that movie, but let's remember, you know, we do have like Armored Wars, we have Secret Invasion, like we have all these other different outlets and different shows that we can connect the dots with some of these characters. So just keep that in mind as well. Like if it doesn't hit, say, on Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi, it could. So just be, you know, on the lookout for it. Again, it's $1 to $3 book. So
yeah, it's almost like a copy paste comment from me for number 7. This is probably another, and actually, like to your point, this is probably one that I'd probably look at more closely than number 7 because there's that family connection with Riri Williams.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I find this pick very intriguing.
And again, if we pick up the story and they introduce us to her, right, without a father, because I could see them doing that, then I would have a better feeling towards this book. You know what I mean? Like if we started the show and they're like, you know, she reminisced about her father, and that's probably why she got into where she's getting, blah, 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 blah. I think that this book could heat up a little bit because then it would be like, okay, he's going to show up. It's going to be 10, you know, something, right? Where if they kind of started the movie or the show, sorry, because she's getting a Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Started the show where it's like all, you know, family, lovey-dovey and things like that. Her father's still around. It could be one of those shows that at the end we get this like, oh my God, Dune is still alive or something like that. So I guess it could work out both ways, but I think that like I would feel a little bit better if it started off like, you know, her father was kind of already gone. So we kind of could lead up to it.
Yep.
So again, guys, it's like $1 book, so can't go wrong with it. Has anybody figured out the theme for tonight's spec? Or
I have an idea, but I need one more slide to kind of
one more slide.
For my speculation.
I got 2 more slides. So next book, guys and ladies, is
I was way off. I was way off.
Ironheart 11. So again, first full. You know, it depends. I mean, I would just pick up both if you see them, 11 and 10. And 10, you can't really go wrong with both of them because even, you know, you don't want to be that person who bought issue 10 and then passed up on 11 and then it turns out to be 11. I mean, this is early in the Ironheart stuff that, like, you know, a book that's $1 to $3, a lot of people aren't really paying attention or caring about. So early on, we can, you know, the market's going to decide which one it is. I haven't had the pleasure of reading these yet. I'm going to, but I just don't want to ruin the fact that I got these 9/6s, 9/8s going. But definitely, you know, character, again, like I said, for issue 10, right? Member of the 10 rings, her father, things like that. It could see a little jump. I'm not saying it's a $10,000 book, $1,000 book, but it could see a little bit of jump, especially if that 10 ring stuff happens.
For Christmas, I'm going to send you some Usher gloves so you can at least read those books and not worry.
Thanks, man. Thanks. No, the theme is not boring ass covers, characters, Chris. God, is the theme Eternals. God damn it, guys. All right. Final book, Newbie Spec of the Week. Here we go. You guys ready? Come on, you guys have to have a theme here. Do you guys not see the theme here? Hi, do you not see the theme?
I have an idea, but give me one more slide.
All right, so the New Warriors #2, first appearance of Silhouette, first appearance of Midnight's Fire, so brother Silhouette, a member of the 10 Rings. The theme is
I feel like you're trying to tell me something.
The theme is 10 rings. Okay, people, 10 rings. Yes, Comic Ozzy got it. Thank you. Somebody got it. Yeah, so this book is like $1. I think $2 was the max that I found it at. But again, just trying to cover all your bases. When I say cover all your bases, I mean they could go the comic route, they could go another route, they could bring another character. But in the comics, these are all the members of the 10 rings. So if we think that that's going to happen and that's going to show up, well, why not just cover your bases, get all the characters? Well, I just showed you Eclipse, Riri's dad, then Silhouette. I think I'm missing one more. I can't remember. I think that's it. But you got your cover. You got your basics covered for that under $10.
And also, guys, if you've been playing the how many times, if you take a shot every time Newbie says 10 rings, I'm sure you need to your liver replaced at this point.
Yeah, basically. So yeah, definitely just something to be on the lookout for. Again, the Riri stuff, even like the villains in her show or what happens with her, it's going to be interesting. So that dynamic could kind of happen. So yeah, but again, these books, they're under, $5 to $10, $10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't pay more than $5 for any of these books because they are out there. So
I mean, the whole New Warriors run in general, you could find most of them actually in the dollar bins or in the back issues. There's aside from that first issue, and I think there's another one that's key, but this run in general is one of those back issue dollar bin finds. I've seen these, like in plenty of these. So yeah, and yeah, these are pretty good low key picks.
Lord of the Rings, yes, yeah, okay. Cool spec. Oh, thank you, sir. 10 rings that need Lord of the Rings. No, not that, guys. Come on. But yeah, so again, just like that, and this comment was made too. Yeah, so it is a group. When we talk about Riri and the 10 rings, yeah, all I'm saying is that they don't necessarily have to follow the comics for a lot of this stuff. Let's face it, it's been done in the past, so who knows where it goes. But yeah, just to cover your bases, I think that Riri show could have some of that going. I know a lot of people are saying, 10 rings, Shang-Chi, whatever. I'm kind of leaning towards more of this Ironheart series. I think it's just an easy introduction. I think it's a story that we would all be able to follow. You don't have to bring in like this huge cosmic. You don't have to bring in this huge bad guy. Just have these, this group and do that. I mean, you got to remember too, Shuri's going to be around. If I'm thinking that it's going to go the way I think it is, you got that. You got, War Machine, things like that, some street level people around her. So that's just kind of where I think it's going to go. Again, could be something, could be nothing, but I just told you 4 books that you can get literally for under $10. You can't go wrong with that. So
yeah, and it's 10 guys. It's 10 rings a theme, and it seems like the chat's having different ideas of rings. I'm seeing Lord of the Rings, onion rings, and listen, I'll add to it. If you guys play Sonic the Hedgehog, you'll see plenty of rings in there. So
cheers to that. So yeah, so that is Newbie Spec of the Week this week. Again, I'm really excited for next week's spec. I got me personally, I think it's a really good spec. Some book. I mean, I collect all of these, but I like to always tell you, whoa, okay, Chris, that's we try to keep it PG-13 here.
And there goes that topic.
But yeah, I'm really excited for next week's. Again, I usually try to time it with some of the books that I'm getting, but like these Ironheart books I've had for a while. I mean, I talked about these in October. There's a video there. So if you guys, are looking to copyright the spec, there you go. Go check out Newbie's videos in October. You'll find it there. No surprise that even in October, I said that they were like $1 to $2. They're still $1 to $2 because not a lot of people realize what they are.
Mm-hmm.
That Eclipse one could be a sleeper. Dune, her dad. I think that's just common sense. So they could go 2 ways with that. So yeah, definitely a books that I think you guys should be on the lookout for. Again, I'm not telling you guys to buy it, just sharing some information. So
yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, if the spec already came to fruition at that point, it's already, for the most part, it's too late unless you're lucky and you find it in the back bin. These are things like you just want to get the jump on early on before people kind of catch on or, before these books start heating up.
Yeah. I want to thank. Actually, that was a terrible segue to it, but I want to thank everybody who, because we haven't seen or chatted with a lot of people since Tuesday's last week's show when we did the giveaway. So I want to thank everybody who participated, everybody who watched the video, to the winners. I'm pretty sure everybody's got their packages or things out. I know I sent my stuff out. I know Dan sent out his book. I know Chris sent out his book.
My winner hasn't contacted me yet, and I don't even know the IG handle.
So I'll talk to you about that later. She did contact me. She has an email.
Okay, cool.
She, so yeah, she's just a YouTuber. She doesn't have Instagram or anything like that.
Oh,
I think
okay, cool.
It's just family related, so she doesn't. Yeah. So I'll give you the email because she did message me.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, so you're good with that. I haven't sent mine to Ryan yet, but this week, hey, it's okay, man. It's okay. But none of the winners have not said that they didn't contact the person or get the information. So from my understanding, everybody's got it. Yeah, I got it with T-Bone. Okay, perfect. Yeah, and I know Dan shipped it because Dan, I'll tell you this right now. Dan actually messaged me a picture of the tracking and everything. He literally shipped it the next morning. That's how.
Oh, wow.
That's how on top he was, man.
Face's comment looks like he's doing a drug deal, to be honest. I got with T-Bone and I'm getting him the hookup. All right, Face. You do.
And then he goes, just gotta hit up the plug. Okay, all right. Comic junkie. I can't be perfect constantly. Yeah. Yeah. So I just want to thank everybody who tuned in and everybody who gave something away. You guys didn't have to do that, but you did it. So I appreciate you. In another life, I hope that I'm a bartender and I just, you come to the bar and I give you an extra beer, we'll call it even, but hey, it is what it is. Speaking of Tuesday show, so we're back on kind of our schedule. So this Tuesday, we got the hottest comics of May. It's going to be jam-packed because there was so much that came out this month. A lot of trailers, a lot of all that. So it's going to be kind of crazy. We're going to be joined by a special guest. You guys might know him. He is a member of Team Nerd Herd, but Hood Rat will be joining us again. Ironically enough, he joined us for the last hottest comics of the month. So he will be joining us on this week's or on this month. So he's going to be joining us Tuesday for that. If you guys don't know who that is, make sure you guys go check, sub, follow Team Nerd Herd. They're sweet dudes. Really know their stuff. If you want to talk comics and stocks, they got you covered. They do a lot of stuff like that. Yeah. So do that. Next Tuesday, we have the final round of Grail versus Grail. The final round robin, and then we get into the big boys fighting each other. So yeah, definitely a show you want to tune in for that. I do have a special guest for that one as well, but I won't tell you guys who it is. So yeah, and yeah, guys, that's all the information I have. I do have a video coming out, I believe on Thursday. So I just did a video on Saturday, $40 pickup from Nucadia. No, not Nucadia. I forget where it was from. But I did a $40 video of 16 books I got. So yeah, go check that out. I got another video. This one's a little cheaper, but it's a $25 video that I got. I got 10 books too. So do the math. But yeah, again, another video. So check that out. Face isn't here right now, so I'm going to say something for him. He's got a show. It's called Previously On with our guy Hyper, The Issues. They kind of do an FOC. They kind of give you some picks for FOC. Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure you guys go tune into him tomorrow. That's all I'll say for him. Hype, what do you got coming up on your show, brother? What are you doing?
Yeah, well, just to make a note, I won't be on tomorrow's episode, so I think it'll just be Face and Keys for tomorrow's show. So I might be able to pop in the chat at some point, but yeah, it'll be them tomorrow.
So wait, I don't know if he's even doing it. So.
Oh, that's true because it's a Memorial Day tomorrow. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I think there might not be a show tomorrow, but I guess Face could clarify.
Yeah. So I guess, but hey, never the case.
Yeah.
We aren't on tomorrow holiday. Okay, cool. So yeah, so you guys know how we do Sundays and Tuesdays. We go on 9:30 p.m. Eastern, but these guys do their thing on Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern. So go check them out. Check out for that video, and hope to see everybody on Tuesday with Ian from Team Nerd Herd, Mr. Hoodrat himself. Outside of that, guys, if you guys need me, message me. If you guys want to talk spec comics, you guys know you guys are more than welcome to message any of us. We're all pretty friendly guys. Eddie's mullet.
Yeah, wait. I gotta make a correction about this. So what happened was
Yeah.
on Newbie's anniversary, that was the anniversary show on Tuesday. I may have been a bit too. I may have gloated a bit too much about how the Leafs were up 3-1, and fast forward, and the Leafs do what the Leafs do best, and they basically choked. So yeah, exactly, they choked. So here we are. It's 3-3, and basically, I will not be watching the game because there's only so much stress that my heart can take. So,
listen, I will be honest with you guys. I remember joking in game 1. We were at my girlfriend's parents' house. They're huge Leaf fans, huge. And I remember saying, jokingly, I said, Canadians in 7. And they both kind of gave me that look like I was dead. Like if looks could kill, I would not be here today. So that happened. But yesterday, I come home from work. She's watching the game. We were watching it together. And guys, I'm telling you right now, this is how hardcore she is and her family and everything like that. She's watching the game. It goes into overtime. They lose. She threw her phone on the ground, got up, slammed the door, went to bed. I did not see her the rest of the day. That is how hardcore the Leafs are to my girlfriend and her family. They're like,
wow.
Yeah, that crazy, man. So,
dude, for your sake, I hope they win tomorrow.
I'm gonna be probably watching like another room or something, but yeah.
I feel like if the Leafs don't win Game 7, you're gonna be filming from an undisclosed location on Tuesday.
It's like a black eye with ice. Like, hey guys, so it's just but yeah, that's just how crazy hockey is here. Toronto, Montreal, Game 7 is probably the biggest thing. If I gotta say, you know what, just to play devil's advocate, I'm a Rangers fan, but to play devil's advocate, I'm going to say Montreal in 7 because that's just what I joked and what I said. So,
you know what happened? Well, you know what happened when I saw that the Leafs lost in overtime? My reaction was, okay. I mean, I should have saw it coming.
Yeah. I like this one. 3 things guaranteed in life: death, taxes, and Leafs shitting in the bed.
I you know what? I wish I could disagree with that last point, but I can't. I've numerous times where I did the happy dance a bit too early when the Leafs were up by a lead in the series or a game, and then I end up looking like a fool by the end of the night. So at this point, until the Leafs actually secure Game 7, I'm not. I haven't even spoken to Roger Levesque ever since.
Yeah,
I haven't.
He's gonna be crazy. I think he's got it. Like he does his shows at like 7 p.m. Eastern time too. And like I think like whoever the guest is, I hope they're not like offended. But like I'm pretty sure Roger's gonna be like, okay, okay, guys, that's the show, because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be watching that game.
So the thing is, yesterday on Spine Ticks, I don't think Roger saw me gloating on your Tuesday show, because yesterday on Spine Ticks, he was in the chat, and he said, "Hey, what's up?" And then I avoided Roger just because I didn't want the whole, hey, how about the Habs? But no, he was pretty cool about it. He's like, yeah, it's gonna be a good day, good game. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a good game tomorrow. There's no trash talking, but I was avoiding him like the plague yesterday night. I didn't want to go through that.
That's crazy. Well, hey, good luck to Hab fans, Leaf fans, whatever the case may be. Good luck to me. Hopefully, I come looking like this on Tuesday's show. But yeah, whatever you guys are doing, take care. Thanks so much for tuning in. And guys, keep searching for those books because they're out there.
Peace.